Yes, now welcome to the one more video. So here we are talking about the earthwork calculation when the ground level has a transverse slope. Okay, when the ground level has transverse slope, this has two conditions. One, we'll see that case one. What the case one says that whenever you are following the earthwork calculation when the ground has a transverse slope. Okay, so in the case one, fully banking or fully cutting. So fully banking or fully cutting, you can see the diagram how the fully banking and fully cutting is there. So this is how the fully cutting and fully banking is there. And the case 2, this is what the case 2 says. The case 2 is a partially banking and partially cutting. So this is the case 2. Here whenever we are going with a transverse slopes, when the earthwork calculation when the ground level has a transverse slope, so these kind of cases will come. That is the case number 1, that is full banking and fully cutting. So what happens here, this is what called as fully embankment or fully banking, and this is we call it as a fully cutting. Okay, what in this condition what we need to do? So the conditions is clearly mentioned in the diagram. So the transverse slope or a cross slope of the ground is r is to 1, that is r is nothing but horizontal and 1 is nothing but vertical, and the side slopes of the banking or a cutting is s is to 1. You can see here this is what s is to 1, and r is to 1 is nothing but this is 1. That is the transverse slope or a cross slope of the ground. This is a cross slope of the ground, so which has r is to 1, that is r is horizontal and 1 is vertical. So this is how the r is to 1 taking place. So this is a ground level where you are going to get an r is to 1. So this is r is to 1, and the side slope of the banking or cutting is s is to 1, that is s is horizontal and 1 is vertical, right? So this is what the side slope of the banking, and this is slice slope of the cutting. In also cutting, you can see that s is to 1 is clearly mentioned, s is to 1 in the cutting. You can see here this is a ground level, and it has a r is to 1. Okay, then the height of the banking or depth of the cutting at a center is d. That is the center is d, that is nothing but this distance out of the height of this depth, whatever the things you are going to get, this is we call it as a height or depth of the depth of a cutting or a banking. So this we are at the center of d. Then formation width, that is b, this is we call it as a formation width, this is we call it as a formation width, that is we mentioned b. Okay, so now in order to find out the breadth, b is equal to what? B by d, that is capital B by d, then you will get the small b breadth. Okay, so this is how we need to find. After understanding this concept, there is a simple problem. So the simple formula is there. By substituting that formula, you will get the area of the banking or area of the cutting, that is nothing but the formula is area of the banking or a cutting is equal to sb square plus r square, that is nothing but in the bracket 2 into b into d plus sd square divided by r minus s square, when the condition is given that is a fully banking or fully cutting. So in this condition we have to substitute this formula, that is area of the banking or cutting, that is equal to sb square plus r square plus into 2bd plus sd square divided by r square minus s square. This is entire case of fully banking. Okay, so now we will see the second condition, that is partially cutting. So how the partial cutting is going to be studied? See here, the condition is given when the ground surface has a transverse slope, but the slope of the ground cuts the formation level partially in cutting and partially in filling. So now which one is the ground slope? The cross slope of the ground. So this is your cross slope of the ground. So whatever the thing, when the ground surface has a transverse slope, but the slope of the ground cuts the formation level. So now this is your slope, that is slope of the ground, that is clearly mentioned, slope of the ground. It's going to cut the ground, so by banking and or cutting. So the following method is adopted in this condition. Whenever this condition is there, so partially banking, see here partially banking and partially cutting is there. So when this condition comes, so now what we need to follow, we need to follow that we need to consider the transverse slope or a cross slope of the ground as r is to 1. So here this is a transverse slope or a cross slope of the ground is r is to 1. Okay, next the slides of the side slope of the banking is 1 is s is to 1. This is the banking side slope, s is to 1. This is that is what cutting slope is s is to 1. Sorry, this is only, we need to consider only side slope of the banking, that is s is to 1. Whenever the side slope of the cutting is given, that is p is to 1. See here, that is what written, side slope of the cutting is p is to 1. This is what the p is to 1. Then height of the bank or depth of the cutting at a distance or at the center is d, wherever the d is given. This is what we we call it as a d. Next, formation width b, and b is equal to b by 2 is given, where w1 w2 are the sides of the width, that is what w1 w2 are the sides of the width, and b is the formation width. So now how will you find out the area? So in the previously we got only one area for both banking and cutting, but here you are going to get a different formulas. That is area of the banking is equal to 1 by 2 into b plus rd whole square divided by r minus s. So this is for the banking. Similarly, area of the cutting is equal to 1 by 2 into b minus rd whole square divided by r minus p. See here, the slope we have taken for the banking is s is to 1. The slope we have taken for the side slope is taken for the cutting is p is to 1. Here you can see here p is to 1 is given. So that part is changing, and while cutting we are getting subtraction, while in area of the banking we are going for the addition. That is b plus r d whole square divided by s minus r d. Here b minus r d whole square divided by r minus p. Okay, if G falls on the right side of the center F, see here, right side of the center F, where is the F? Right side. So if G falls on the right side, G is right side means that if which right side of the center, that is we mention it as a F, then the area can be found by a same method with signs of interchange. That is area of the banking is equal to 1 by 2 into b minus rd whole square divided by r minus s. Area of the cutting is equal to 1 by 2 into b plus rd whole square divided by r minus p. What it is saying that if J falls on the right side of the center, right side of the center is G bantu andre right side ali, so we consider it as a F. That point we consider it as F. Then the area can be found out by the same method with the sign interchange. We are going to change only its sign. That is here we are seeing it is a negative. In this previous one we saw the positive, right? Here it is positive, here it is negative. So this is about the condition of fully banking or fully cutting. That is case number 1, and the case 2 partially banking and partially cutting. So these are the case 1 and case 2. So we will see this condition by solving the problem. Okay, so we will understand very clearly about if we solve the problem on this exact concept. So we will understand how the fully banking, how the fully partially cutting or partially banking is taking place. Okay, so now we will take out the problem. Yes, you can see here the question. So this is example number 6. We saw that in the whatever the concepts we saw now, we'll solve the problem and we'll understand. Okay, what is the question? Saying that the ground level at the various drainages along the center line of a proposed road or as under, the distance is 0, 30, 60, 90, 120. The RL of the ground is given 180.50, 183.36, 185.70, 186.70, 186.50. Okay, what is saying in the detail that is ground has a uniform cross slope. The ground has a uniform cross slope of 1 in 8. The chain is 30 meter long. The chain is 30 meter long. The road formation is proposed at uniform gradient passing through the ground level at the end chainage with the formation width as 8 meter and side slope of the cutting is 1:1. You need to see that once again what is clearly given. So what is saying that the road formation is proposed at a uniform gradient passing through the ground level. What is the ground level? So now what is your RL of formation? The RL of formation is what is saying that the RL of formation, that is the ground our road formation, is proposed at a uniform gradient passing through the ground level at the end chainage with the formation width as 8 meter. So now your RL of the ground will become 180.50. Why? Because the formation is proposed to uniform gradient passing through the ground level. It is passing through the ground level, so your RL of the formation and the RL of the ground both are same. Getting my point? Both are same because the condition is given. The road formation is proposed as a uniform gradient passing through the ground level at a end chainage. So passing through the ground level is there, so your RL of the formation will become what? Your RL of the formation will become the same thing. What we need to find out the depth. That part we are doing. We got that RL of the formation as 180.50. Okay, so first we got the RL of the formation of the first point 0. Then we need to find out the RL of the other parts. So for that, what we need to find? We need to find out. We just need to note down that things, right? So the difference. So here there is no directly given. The question is not directly given. What is the downward gradient? Which it is upward gradient, and what are its thing is not clearly mentioned. So that is what this is very quite different problem. Okay, the difference, how will you find out that difference? The simply we need to go on finding, see whatever the RL ground is given, that is 180.50, and the end RL ground is 186.50. That is what they are saying, that the road formation is over a uniform gradient passing through the ground level at the end chain with the formation. So the only one statement, it indicates everything. So now here there is no slopes. What kind of slope it is, whether it is rising or whether it is dropping, that kind is not clearly mentioned. So that part we need to go on finding out. So in order to get that part, what we will do, first we will find out what is the difference between zero end and starting end and end for starting point RL of the ground and end RL of the ground. That difference we will get to know. Then after getting this difference, then we'll find out that part. Okay, first we'll take out the differences. Okay, so difference of level. So difference of level between two end points, that is what I told you, two end points, we need to find out the differences. So first one end point is 186.50 minus 180.50. So now what is the difference you are going to get? It is if I subtract this value, you'll get 6 meter is your difference, right? So now what is the distance? We will note down the distance. What is the total distance? That is 120, right? So the distance is 120 meter. Now we need to find out the slope. How will you find out the slope? That is longitudinal slope is equal to, what is the difference between the level? It is 6 meter, and total distance is how much? It is 120. So if I go on subtracting, this is 6 ones are 6 twos are, right? So now your slope become 1 in 20. You got? So now what it says, 1 in 20 rising from 0 to 120 meter distance. So this is how we find out at the slope. We find out at how we take out the RL of the two grounds, when one is starting end and one starting point and other at the end point, and we subtracted both, we got the difference, right? Difference of the level we got. Then we know what is the distance and the total distance of that point, then that distance. Now we will find out the longest slope. Slope is equal to what? The difference level divided by distance, we will get the slope, that is 1 in 20 rising from 0 to 120 meter, right? So here you got a clear picture of rising of a slope, that is 1 in 20. Okay, so now we need to find out what is exact rise is taking place, how much of rise is taking place in the part. Okay, so now rise, therefore the rise, for what is the difference between the one distance to another distance is 30 meter. Okay, for every 30 meter, right? For every 30 meter, what is thing happening? So 1 is to 20 is your gradient. So 1 in divided by 20 into 30, you will get 1.5 meter, right? So this is your rise, you are getting 1.5 meter of rise. So now we need to find out the RL. What we will go on adding 1.5 to this value. How much are we going to get? 1.25, it is 182.0. so again we add 1.5, so this will become 183.50. again add 1.5, it will become 185.0. Then this will add 1.5, you will get 186.50. so now what is the difference? So you need to get, in order to get the depth, so the difference will be this. If I subtract, the depth is equal to what? RL of the formation minus RL of the ground. This will get 0, and this will become what? RL of the ground and RL of the minus. So it will get 1.36, and this will become 2.02. This will become, so here we are calculating depth of cutting, so 1.60. so this will become 0. So now you got all these values. Yes, you got the depth. Now we need to find out the area of the section. Okay, so how will you find out the area of the section? So you know that formula, we talked about the formula, right? That is, area of the section is equal to SD square plus R square into 2BD plus SD square divided by R square minus S square. We will tabulate in the tabular formula, right? So whatever the depth you got, you just note it down. That is, for a 0 distance you got 0, for 30 meter you got it as a 1.36, for 60 you got it as 2.02, at the 90 meter you got 1.6, and at the 120 you got 0. So now what we need to do is we need to substitute this value and get that value. Substitute as it is from the part. So what is the yes you got is 1 for cutting, And b, what is how will you find out the b? B is equal to what? Capital B by 2, that is 8 by 2 is equal to 4. You got that? Yes, and you got the b. So now what is left out? We need to know what is the d, right? So the left out part is d, the distance. The d is nothing but distance. Whatever the distance you got here, that value you need to substitute and get the value. So what is the yes? Yes, you got it as a 1. Just write it here, 1 into s square plus r. What is the r? R is 8 square into 2 into 4 into 0 plus 1 into 0 square, all divided by what is the r? 8 square minus s square is nothing but 1 square. So if I substitute or if I calculate all this value, you are going to get it as a 0.254. So here is the this value. Now we will find out this value. So similarly go on finding out 1 into 4 square plus 8 square into 2 into 4 into 1.36. This is the distance. So 1.36 plus 1 into 1.36 square, whole divided by how much was that? 8 square divided by 8 square minus 1 square. So you will get the value as 13.16. So similarly you need to go on calculating this part, substituting it in the formula. You will get this as 20.81 and you will get this as a 15.05 and you will get this as a 0.254. Next, what is the next column? It is saying next column is mean area. What you will take it this 0.25 plus 13.82 divided by 2, you will get a mean area, that is 6.72. Similarly 13.18 plus 20.81 divided by 2, you are going to get it as a 17. You just substitute in the calculator, you will get these values, 18.33 and you'll get 8.05. So now we got this area. Now we need to find out the length. So your length will be 30 meter. Difference between the each distances is 30 meter of differences. So we'll directly write it here, and you need to find out the quantity. How will you find out the quantity? Just multiply the mean area into L. So you will get the exact value. So what is the mean area you are going to get? It's a 6.72 into 30. How much you are going to get? It is a 1.60. So this is similarly you just multiply all this, you will get a value. This will be 510 and this will be 549.90. Similarly this will be 241.50. So now what is the total quantity you are going to get? The total quantity, if I add all this, you will get a 1503 meter cube. So this is your total quantity. Yes, you understood? I think you have clearly understood this part, this kind of problems. Thank you.